Peace within the heart. The journey of humanity. 1. An unavoidable shock. There are images you don't want to see. A child holding the lifeless body of their mother, no longer crying because all the tears are gone. A soldier sitting against a broken wall, eyes open, but no one is home anymore. You scroll past, you turn the screen off. But one question refuses to turn off inside you. If we are so civilized, why are we still so good at killing each other? 2. The greatest illusion of humanity. We are taught that war is complicated. Geopolitics, history, conflicting interests, good sides and bad sides. No, that is the story we tell so we don't have to look at ourselves. War is not complicated. It is primitive. It begins with things you meet every day. An ego that feels humiliated, a fear that feels threatened, a wound that was never healed. And then humanity wraps it all up and gives it a beautiful name, justice. 3. The true origin of war. Listen carefully. No war begins on the battlefield. It begins inside the human heart. A person who cannot release resentment, a nation that cannot let go of collective humiliation, a leader who refuses to face their own fear and insecurity. Bombs are only the consequence. Blood is only the surface. The root is always the same. Human beings fighting themselves and dragging the world along with them. 4. The question that makes us uncomfortable. You might say, I didn't pull the trigger. I didn't order the war. I'm just an ordinary person. Then answer this slowly. Have you ever held on to hatred? Have you ever wanted someone to pay? Have you ever silently cursed another human being and called it fairness? If yes, the seed of war already lives inside you. Not different in nature, only different in scale and power. 5. The hardest truth to swallow. Humanity does not lack knowledge. It does not lack technology. It does not lack warnings. We know exactly what is destroying us, and yet we keep doing it. Not because we are ignorant, but because we lack courage. The courage to stop, the courage to sit still, the courage to look directly at our own wounds without blaming anyone else. We fear silence, because in silence, everything we have been running from steps into the light, and as long as a wound is denied, it continues to control our words, our actions, our choices. A humanity governed by unhealed wounds will never understand what peace truly is. 6. History misunderstood. The people who changed humanity were not stronger than others. They were more conscious of their own pain. They understood one terrifyingly simple truth. An unhealed wound will always seek another body to hurt. They had every reason to seek revenge, every reason to hate, every reason to become a righteous victim. But they refused. They said, not only with words, but with their lives, the chain of hatred ends here. And humanity moves forward only when someone dares to stop first, before the instinct to strike back. 7. The warning no one likes to hear. If we continue living the same way, if we continue glorifying anger, if we keep teaching our children that they need an enemy to be right, then war does not need to break out anymore. It has already won. It has won in education, in families, in the stories we tell ourselves. War does not live in bombs. Bombs are only the final ritual. War lives inside hearts that were never taught how to let go. 8. The only real call to action. We don't need more borders. We need more open arms. We don't need more treaties. We need more listening. We don't need more armies. We need more human beings who have ended the war within themselves. You want to change the world? Don't start with politics. Don't start with slogans. Start by sitting down, taking a deep breath, and laying down what you have been carrying in your heart for too long. 9. Sealing the heart. Remember this. Peace for humanity does not begin with a treaty. It begins the moment one human being stops fighting themselves. When you choose peace, you don't just save yourself. You end a chain of suffering that has passed through generations. You speak to the world, not through words, but through your presence. Here, the war stops.